There's a new open source AI agents development platform out there. It's called Langbase. It's a full stack AI agents development platform. That means you can develop your own AI agent locally on your computer. Then you can choose any large language model. Then you can train this model on your own custom data. And then you can deploy this model on their server. And all of that for free. There is no cost to develop your AI agent or to deploy it on their server. You'll be charged based on how many times this AI agent was used. Once your AI agent is deployed, now you can use it anywhere. You can use it on your website, or maybe you can use it on your mobile application, or wherever you want to use it. In this video, I have a founding engineer of this company who will guide us how we can develop AI agent using their platform. He will walk us through the entire step-by-step process to create an AI agent and then deploying it on a server. Before we start, please do not forget to subscribe this YouTube channel. Our goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers before the end of June 2025.
So again, as you mentioned, my name is Saad. I am a founding engineer here at Langbase. Previously, I was working at another US-based startup, and before that, another one which is now acquired by Nokia. Today, here at Langbase, we are about the company. We are actually a serverless AI developer platform to help users build serverless AI agents, which can easily scale. We also offer many other things. One of them is like AI memory, where is your managed AI search engine. Because the LLMs have a universal constraint, which is like memory. They don't have your personal data, so we have done everything there. We have our own vector stores, our own our own semantic search and everything to have a really good AI memory that we offer along with the agents. We also offer a web AI framework for JavaScript and TypeScript. So if you are a web developer who mostly work with React, Next.js, Node, that's something which can really help you out if you want to build AI agents locally on in your code in your terminal. So it's a brief introduction of the company and who we are.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And if you see, like there are a lot of other companies, there are a lot of open source AI agents development frameworks as well. So how do you think? Because I know that it is serverless. That's one thing. How this is different from like what we already have in market.
So talking about like other open source frameworks, which is currently available at the market with Base AI, which is our open source framework, we are actually web focused. So mainly think about it like this. Like we want to make sure that you code and you can easily deploy it somewhere, and that can easily scale as well. So kind of like Next.js for Vercel, which is where Next.js is like Base AI, and with Vercel you can it's like Lang-based. So and it's like web focused. It's like you can write code in JavaScript or in TypeScript, which is like mainly people like usually developers like React is famous, Vue is famous, all of these frameworks, technologies. So it's mainly a web focused framework for AI to help you build AI agents locally for web.
Awesome. That's great. So I think let's just dive into the hands-on training. So I would love to see how it works, how it looks like in action. So I think you can present your screen and we can start.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Just give me a second. So let me see. Share screen. Okay. Share screen.
There must be a present option here.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just add that here. Cool.
So I'll just show you quickly how you can use Base AI to build an AI agent locally with an AI memory, and also then easily deploy it on Langbase, so you can easily use it in production. So here,
Sorry. Before that, I just want to mention one thing. Most of our audience, most of they are very beginner. They are very they are using AI code editors. They do not know too much about coding. So if you just kind of explain the prerequisites as well to set up environment on computer. So what else other than IDE? What else do they need to, or maybe like Node.js? What else do they need to have to run this framework or locally on their computer? Are there any prerequisites or any versions for maybe Node versions, particular Node version or anything?
So basically, in terms of like prerequisites, you just need to have Node installed, and you can pretty much use the framework. You can use it in Next.js. You can use it inside Node.js. The one thing that you need to make sure is when you are using it in Next.js, it's mainly a server-side framework. So it's intended to be used on server-side routes of Next.js. So but yeah, if you're a complete beginner, and then you can also like kickstart and start working with it inside your simple Node.js application. So all you need to have is like Node installed.
All right, cool, perfect, awesome. So I
So
think, yeah.
like here, like like it's to just quickly show you what base AI is about. I can quickly like we have an example of Next.js. It's a very simple app which I can just run it for you here. uh, ah, my typing is not the best at the moment. So yeah, it's a very simple app which is built on top of base AI, and it is offering like a couple of different like use cases. It's kind of a kitchen sink example where you can see how to call LLM. You can see how to stream text from an LLM, how to do a simple chat, how to do an advanced level chat, and all these things, and how you can finally talk with your own data. So like I won't go into like how to build the UI. I think yeah, like
Yeah.
UI is very simple enough. But what I would love to highlight is how internally the AI is working. And for this particular example, uh, what I would have to do other than starting my Next.js server is starting my base AI server, because base AI is a framework which also requires its own server, which we will be requesting to in order to work with the LLM. But one thing I can quickly show, like if I just go here and like try to ask AI, I won't get anything. And if I see in my terminal, you will see that I haven't started my base AI server, which is something that you would need to do. So in my another terminal, I can just like there's a command here which I can just copy from here, paste it right there, enter, and it's going to. I just published a version right before this,
Correct.
and yeah, it's asking me to install that version. But
Got it.
yeah, yeah. So it's
Perfect.
gonna take some. Yeah. So now now the base AI server is running,
Mhm.
and if I go back here, and here this is like, who are you? If I now say ask AI, it's
Mhm.
going to just take a minute, take a second, not a minute. Oh, error from open connection error. Seems like OpenAI. So da-da-da. I think like today that the demo gods are not with me, so there is some kind of
So
problem.
that
Yeah.
happens. That happens with Steve Jobs, with everyone. So that's why.
Funny thing is, like yesterday, OpenAI was like down for like I think 2 or 3 hours. Their
Okay.
API was down. Let's just try some other LLM instead. Like here, examples.
Can we use
Next.js.
like open source local LMs, like using Olama? Can we use
Yeah,
Llama
you
3.0?
can. Yeah, you can do that. Unfortunately, I don't have it right now on my
Yeah, that's
laptop,
fine.
but
Yeah. All
it's
right.
fine. But you can also use open source LLM. You can easily do that with base AI.
Awesome.
So with the, I think it's this one. We are using like let's if I so this is by the way how the pipe looks like. Pipe is
Yeah.
actually the agent configuration that you can set and play around with in order to modify your agent.
Mhm.
I will give it like after like the running the demo, like if it works fine, I will just get back to it and explain furthermore what it's about. Yeah, but let me just show you how. Yeah,
Mm.
it's gonna work. Let's just try to use Google instead.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. So it
Cool.
got back to be helpful AI assistant. And what's new? Let's word the updates. What's new?
All right.
It's being funny, but as you can
Yeah.
see, like I'm using Google Gemini Pro. But yeah, this is like a very small demo of in your Next.js application. You are previously I was using OpenAI, but it wasn't working for some reason. I think yesterday OpenAI was down. Today it's down again, probably.
I was
But
using this one
I
earlier.
just sorry.
I was no, sorry. I'm just saying that I was just using a minute ago. I mean, I was everything was.
Yeah, like yesterday it was like down for like a lot of hours. In fact, they tweeted sorry, sorry
Okay.
we are down. But yeah, today right now it's it's like probably I have no idea. Probably we'll have to check. But
Just
yeah, like I just switched from OpenAI to Google, and it's working. Google is up and running.
perfect.
So so yeah, this is a very small demo. Like I just wanted to quickly run it, show you what we are doing and what you will anyone who is using base AI will be able to do. Like if I go back to the code and explain what's happening under the hood, that would make more sense.
Mhm.
Because right now when you need to first initialize base AI in your project, and we also have this learn guide that you can follow if you are a complete beginner, like BaseAI.dev learn, and you can just get started with it. You can, yeah, it has all the steps. You first need to initialize base AI in your project, and then you can just create a pipe using npx base AI at latest pipe. Let's copy this code. Let's copy this here. Go back in my Next.js terminal. This is like my Next.js example, and I'll just paste it here. What's
Sorry,
happening?
while you're doing that, can we just like have just like some explanation about pipe? I would love to like know it at this stage, so because that way I can follow along that. So
Yeah, so like I'm going to go ahead and create a summary agent pipe. And what a pipe is, it's actually an agent. I think agents are more popular these days. Everyone is using an agent, building an agent. Oh, crap. I actually change the command itself.
all right,
So Pipe is actually an agent. It has all the configuration that you need. For example, the system prompt of your agent, the model of your agent,
mhm.
the RAG prompt, all of it combined collectively, we are calling it a pipe.
All right,
And so I just ran the command npx space at latest pipe. If I let's just say metaverse metaverse company. Yeah, and yeah, demo pipe. Let's public. You are helpful. Yeah. So now this is the all you need to do is to create an agent. That's it.
all right,
And
okay.
if I open this file now, you will see that I will have all this configuration,
Hmm.
which I will go over one by one. Like for the first one is like you need to have Langbase API key. This is not required while in local mode, but when
Hmm.
you move this project to production, you will need to use like you will deploy all these AI agents on Langbase, and this A key will be used to identify each agent, each pipe in your production environment with Langbase.
Got it.
So there is a link here which you can use to get this key. It's very simple. And then there's the name of the agent, the name of the pipe, which is like Metaverse company. Then there's description, status, and the model. I think the model is really important here. We by default we by default use OpenAI GPT-4o Mini, but there are so many models that you can choose from. Like yeah, and these are all those supported models, and then on top of that, you can also use Ollama models. You will just need to pass the model string, and it will just work.
All right. Can I bring my own? Let's suppose if I do it on Grok Cloud, I just create like an API key on Grok and then I bring it. Can I like bring it in here in this agent?
Yeah,
All right. So about this API key, which is which I'll have to get from Langbase, right? So about this API key, what is the costing? And how, I mean, is there any idea like per request cost?
I think like we are like on top of my mind, it's like 1,000 tokens. We have a little bit different concept when it comes to defining pricing, which we can go later. But like to just to give you an idea, we charge like on not request basis, but on run basis, which is on top based on the number of tokens in our request.
Good.
And so yeah, it's a little bit different topic, but yeah, like we can that would be like you can directly call our API or first I think 1,000 runs are free for a free account. Then you can subscribe and you will get further runs.
Perfect.
But yeah,
All right. Got it.
So yeah, you can. You were talking about like bringing Grok. We support Grok, so you can see different models from Grok. In fact, I think recently Llama 3.3 was released.
3.3 is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so we also support that here as well. As you can see, Llama 3.37b 70b versatile, and yeah, so you can just select any model here. You can, again, you need to, like, this is the stream. If you want to stream or not, you can just turn it on and off. The JSON mode store, like all these are like model configurations. Then finally you have a system prompt in here. It's like you are a helpful AI assistant. You can change it. You are a helpful AI assistant by Metaverse company. You are Metaverse company AI agent, something like that. Then
Right.
there are tools and memories, which we can go in detail a little bit later. But yeah, this is a very simple configuration. This is your
Mhm.
AI agent that we just created. So we ran a single command in PX AI pipe, and we gave the name of the agent, we gave the description, and then it created this file, which you can, as you can see, and you can change it however you like. So
Right.
this is an agent. Now, how are you going to use it? So basically, I mentioned earlier that base AI is intended to be used on the server side. So even in this Next.js application, we have different API routes, Next.js API routes that we are calling, and in those routes we are just calling this agent that we created. For example, if I go inside app, API, run, and route. So this is actually the API route powering this pipe run. Like whenever I type something here, hit enter, this UI sends an API request to this API route, and it further like uses the pipe summary. Right now, it's using pipe summary, which we changed, for which the model we changed earlier. But if I we can add as many agents here as we want. We can change agent as we want. So yeah, it's just like if I just need to import the agent we created earlier, pipe metaverse company. I can just replace this pipe summary with pipe metaverse, and that's it. Then
Right.
there is like pipe.run. Pipe.run actually calls the agent, runs
Mhm.
it as the name suggests, and then finally it would just returns the result as a stringify the result and send it as it is. So this is actually for this particular example, I'm going to turn the stream off because I saw that here we didn't handle stream, because again, this is a non-stream example, this one.
Mhm.
So I just turn the stream off, and if I say, who are you? It's gonna go back. If I can check the logs here as well. So you're a helpful AI assistant. I think something is wrong with OpenAI. Status out OpenAI. uh, I don't know. Their API is operational. Let's just go ahead and change the model. Mm, and let's go with probably Google again.
Yeah.
Gemini Pro. We can clear this out. Who are you? If we go back here, I am a Gemini multimodal AI language. I'm designed to understand this. Uh, we can ask which company agent are you? Which company owns? Which company agent are you? Something like that. And it's gonna take this.
Yeah.
I'm a helpful AI agent. This it returned with this. Like
Right.
I'm a helpful AI agent developed by insert company name.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, like this is Google model, right? So Google have some incredible models, by the way. But yeah, like previously in the system prompt, we defined that Metaverse company. They are an AI agent
Yeah.
from Metaverse company, and it uses that
Yeah.
and uses the system prompt and just ran with it and gave back the result that at the company's AI agent, I'm designed to provide comprehensive information. Blah blah blah. May I know which Metaverse company you're referring to? Yeah, but you
Right.
can see all these logs. Like earlier, if you remember, we ran a dev server, base AI dev server, and PX
Yeah.
base AI dev. And this dev server actually contains all the logs that is around every request that you
Okay.
are making to the agent. For
All right.
example, earlier I asked, in where is it? Yeah. So it came like earlier. It came back with I'm a Gemini multimodal, blah blah blah. Then I asked which company agent are you, and then it came back with this response.
All
So
right.
these are all the logs which you can use it for various reasons for debugging and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Now, yeah, you have any question?
Yeah. So in terms of like, because I'm more interested about training this model on a certain data. Let's suppose I have 15 PDFs that includes my company business plan, that includes like all of that stuff or all of the service details. I just want to train this data and give it a train this model on this data. First of all, I would like to know what formats I can use for that, and how can I do that? Is there any interface for that to train this model?
So basically, what you're describing is the AI memory that we offer at Langbase and BaseAI. And in fact, before this call, I went on your website and generated a simple Markdown file about your company
All right.
that you can probably use right now. Let me bring it
Yeah.
up.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, I think it's this one. I just went to your website and copied a bunch of things. So yeah,
All right.
let me just copy it here. Copy here, the. So right now it's use like right now you can use Markdown, you can use PDF, you can use code files, you can
Mhm.
use Excel files
All right.
for your memory, for your AI memory. And I just copied, like as I mentioned, I just went to your website and copied a bunch of things. So I'm just gonna come here, and now previously we created an AI pipe with npx base AI at latest pipe. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create an AI memory, which you just asked me about, if we can train on our own data.
Yeah.
So if I say, okay, let's go with memory, npx space AI latest memory, it's going to run this command, run the command to create an AI memory. It's very similar to how you created a pipe,
Yeah.
and it's gonna.
And it's mentioned in your documentation that how we can create a memory. Is that
Yeah,
all mentioned in
exactly.
documentation?
Yeah, like this is a very like thorough learn guide. Like if anyone who wants to like get started with base AI, start using it, build an AI memory, build an AI agent, build integrate tools inside AI agent. They can. It's like a walkthrough. Like go follow this. Like I think so far we have done like this. We created a pipe, we ran it. I think no, yeah, basically this is a node.js focused guide, but
Mhm.
as you can see it's similar. We imported the pipe, we then did pipe.run, gave it a message, and print this stream on the stream on the screen on the terminal. But
All right.
since we are using a Next.js application, it's a
Mhm.
little bit different there. But
All right.
yeah, you can then
Perfect.
run the pipe locally, and then you can create a weather tool, and then you can again create a memory. So all this is present inside the documentation and the learn guide.
All right. Are there any like third-party integrations, like maybe with 11 Labs? Because most of the people might be these days a trend of conversational AI agents with 11 Labs API, or even I think GPT's OpenAI's own conversational AI. So, is there any like third-party direct integration that you have? Let's suppose with 11 Labs at Vilio.
I think like for now, for right now, we support tool calls
Tool
where
call. Okay.
you can run any code. Like LLM will just let you know. Like for example, uh, like any kind of integration that you would like to do, you can do it inside of a
Yeah.
tool call. If you want to run something during an AI agent, during a conversation between you and an LLM, you can write a tool for it, you can pass it to the AI agent, and then you can just run it, and it will just work because it's going to call that tool. And you can, inside that tool, since tools are essentially functions, you can write anything there, you can integrate any tool there. So tools are like really powerful and fully supported with base AI, with Langbase and everything.
Got it. Got it. Perfect. All right.
So yeah, when I ran this command, I can just Metaverse probably, yeah, Metaverse company, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, an AI memory of Metaverse. And now, and yeah, it created an AI memory for us. That was it. I open this, and you will be able to see, like, we have an AI memory. Now
Mm-hmm.
inside that memory, you mentioned that, your own data. So your data will be somewhere. For example, in this case, I have it in Markdown file because I generated it in your Markdown file.
Mm-hmm.
So inside the documents folder, I can just say metaverse.md, and I will paste all that. Like, all this information, I got it from their website. So I'll just paste it there. And now what I can do is I can go back to my AI agent, which I created earlier using npx base AI pipe,
Yep.
and I can just import the memory, AI memory, which I created, which is
Yep.
like metaverse. What was the name? Sorry about that. Yeah,
This was coming. Yep.
metaverse from, and this, yeah.
Yep.
And now I just need to pass it like this. There's a memory array inside
Yep.
the AI agent. I can just pass it here and call it as a function. That's
Got it.
that's
Awesome.
about it. Now I can go ahead, and because again this is an AI memory, we need to first embed it in order to use it, because we need to create embedding. So we inside you can be inside, when, like, whenever there is a query, we can run similarity searches based on the embedding of the query and the embedding of the document. And it's like, again, this is also again inside our documentation. If you go into the inside docs, you can see embed memory. Like, there is, by the way, a quick start guide here as well.
Got
But
it.
yeah, I can just go ahead and copy this command, npx base AI at latest embed. Go ahead, paste it here, and I think the name of the memory was uh, Metaverse Company. Metaverse Company.
Yep.
And it's gonna take a second, and it's going to generate embeddings. As you can see, it found that there are total one document present inside this AI memory,
Mm-hmm.
and it went ahead and it generated embeddings of that document, and then told me, okay, there were 13 embeddings that were generated. And yeah, that's about it. Now if I go back, and let's go ahead and because earlier, as you remember, inside the API route, we still have the type Metaverse Company. We
Got
still
it.
have that. It's an AI agent that we just edited. We attached an AI memory to it, which is your personal data. So what can we ask of, like, what is something, like, I go ahead and I went and I copied your about page and your uh, you know your homepage. So what can we ask from there? I think there is something around immersive education.
Yeah. So immersive education or immersive fashion.
What is immersive education? And if we go back here, see what's happening inside the logs, you can we went too far, too up. Yeah, so what is immersive education? It went
Got
ahead, it found my query results from the memory I attached, and it found some similar chunks, sent it to LLM, and then LLM decided to, which one to use. And it's, as you can see, immersive education is the use of virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and extended reality. I can probably ask it, what is, if it's on your documentation, what is Metaverse Company?
it. Mm-hmm.
And it's going to take a second. The Metaverse Company is a pioneer, is
Yeah.
pioneer in
Got it.
learning and commerce. So that was all we needed to do to build our RAG system. Like, we created an AI agent, we created an AI memory, we attached the AI memory with the AI agent, and then we called it.
Perfect. I just want to add one thing here. So this file, metaverse.md file that you created. So usually, like, I mean, we do that to give custom instruction to our ID. So if I have to do now, like, give instruction to my agent once it's deployed on a server. So if I have to now, like, in real time,
Yeah.
like, so we can do that, right?
Yeah, and definitely. Like, now, what we can do is we can just deploy this to Langbase, And to do that, again, you need to have Langbase API key, and you can get it from here. Here's the documentation link from how you can get it, and make sure you have it in your environment variables. And then you can just say npx base AI deploy. It's going to build everything, build the metaverse pipe as well. The tools like tools, memory, it's gonna find the retrieve the stored credentials, build everything, and again at the end deploy it to my Langbase account, which is again production.
All right, so it's going to like deploy on Langbase, but what if I want to deploy it on a maybe VPS server or maybe on Vercel? So can I do that still?
Basically, with base AI is deployable on Langbase right now, because again we have the pipes concept. We also have the
Yeah.
pipes concept on Langbase. We have the pipes, the memory concept on Langbase, and internally we again uses Langbase API. So because Langbase our API is again very scalable, so everything when you want to go into production, we you can just deploy all this to the API, and it's gonna to Langbase, and it's going to just translate into a scalable API.
All right.
So right now that was it. I can just go back here, open Langbase. This is my Langbase account, langbase.com/pipes, and I think this is the pipe I created
Yeah.
where Metaverse company. And if I open it up, it's going to you will see that it's using good Gemini model, which I used in my
Nice.
AI agent.
Yeah.
It also has this memory attached to it, which is the Metaverse company. If I open this memory, it will contain the one document,
Awesome.
metaverse.mp file,
That's good. Yeah.
and all of this translates into an API. All of this translates into an API. With, like, if I copy it and paste it, like this is a curl request, I can send a curl request here. There is a node. We have a Node.js SDK that you can use to do everything that you can do with our API.
Hmm.
And in fact, you can just ask it here as well. Like, what is Metaverse? This is our playground. So you can ask what is Metaverse, and it's going to use, again, Metaverse is a virtual world that transports user to another dimension, and it got this from this
Never
metaverse.md
seen
file.
it. Yeah. Got it.
So this is like all of the now this is like deployed on Langbase, and it's again scalable. It's an API. So when
Awesome.
you deploy this application somewhere, let's say on Vercel, Netlify, it's going to you don't have to do anything. You don't have to change anything inside the code. It's going to automatically detect your production environment and
Mhm.
start calling this API that this start calling the Langbase API. You don't have to do anything. It's going to take care of all of this on its own.
Awesome, awesome. So just for one more question now. So now it's deployed on Langbase. One question is regarding the hosting cost of Langbase for this server. Is that going to be like included inside? I mean, the way users pay for API key, or is that like a separate to host this server? Sorry, to host this agent on Langbase.
So basically, a couple of things. We It's on Langbase, like you can, just like on GitHub, as you can create multiple code repositories, right?
Yeah.
You can, just like that on Langbase, you can create multiple pipes. Like you can go inside pipes. You can not multiple, unlimited, just like that. And do you pay GitHub for like the code repositories that you create there? Don't, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing on Langbase. Like you can create as many AI agents as you would like, and this is, you don't have to pay for how many AI agents that you are creating. The where we start charging is actually the runs, how many times you are calling that, not
Got it.
how many like projects you are creating, AI agents you are creating. That's not where we are charging you anything.
Awesome. Awesome. So the I mean I really like especially like the this environment looks like very similar to Vercel. So I'm glad you guys have like developed it so nicely. So
Yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah, exactly. Like for now, like this is like we are very much inspired from like a lot of good companies. GitHub is one of like GitHub is a company which we are highly inspired from. GitHub co-founder Tom Preston-Werner was our first investor, one of the first investor as well. So we want to like when we are building the studio, we wanted to make it as intuitive as we could possibly. At the moment we are trying to make it more intuitive, but like it's for now, like for example, everything that we did with base AI, you can also do it inside Langbase. Inside the studio, you can just, if you want to create a pipe, you can just go ahead and create a pipe, some reagent. That's it. It's going to go ahead, it's going to create this AI agent. And yeah,
Perfect.
and it's going to take you inside the same studio. You can just set up the system instruction, you can attach memory, you can use any of the hundreds of LLMs that we have right now, from Anthropic, Grok. You can add your LLM API keys here. You can, yeah, there is so much you can do inside this studio. You can create organizations. In fact, you can collaborate with other people. For
Hmm.
example, like we have this organization called Examples,
Hmm.
and this organization, inside this particular organization, there are like 9 members, and all of these members have access to all of these pipes. In fact, the private and the public pipes, same just like how GitHub organization works, right?
Okay.
so
Okay.
so yeah, you can do all that inside Langbase.
Perfect. Perfect. Just another beginner question. So that now we have our AI agent created. So now if I have to like integrate it on a React Native app or maybe on a WordPress website, I
Yeah,
mean,
you
so
can easily do that, because at the end of the day, it is an API, right?
yeah.
As long as you like API, you can integrate an API inside React Native. You can integrate an API inside some other application. Like for example, like when we built base AI, we were building it for web. But if you are building a mobile application, or if you are building a desktop application, you can definitely like just go ahead and create a pipe inside Langbase Studio, which I just showed you. It is going to all this. It's going to translate as an API that you can just request. You can just
Perfect.
call it, and
Perfect.
it's gonna work.
Awesome, awesome. Well, this is really revolutionary, and I'm glad I because I actually watched your CEO's interview. It was somewhere, I think he was in Silicon Valley. So I was really inspired by that, and especially when I look like when I did my research, so I found out that you guys are basically from Pakistan. So I was like, wow, my homies. So I'm like, okay, let's have a chat and know about that. But this is impressive. I have like I mean I develop AI agents myself, uh, but using a different tech stack. So uh, but this is impressive. This is very I mean imagine this is the versal framework, versal environment for AI agents, uh, rather than like the this is the more simplified way for developers out there to like build sophisticated AI agents and then have a complete control on top of it. So
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
really good.
Exactly. Like if you want to use base AI, you can deploy it on Langbase and it's gonna work. If you don't want to use base AI, that's fine. Maybe you are using some other framework which doesn't support base AI.
Yeah.
You can use Langbase. You can directly use the API. Maybe you're using React Native. Then we still have an SDK on top
Right.
of like this. Like yeah, like if you go into our documentation, you will find that our SDK, you can use our SDK inside. Yeah, it's a JavaScript SDK. You can use it inside React Native. You can use it inside Node.js, wherever you would like to use it. And it's gonna same thing. Like if you don't want to send us an API request, which is fine. Like some people don't want to directly call the API, you can just use the SDK. And we also same thing. Like you can just call the pipe. You just need to give it the pipe name, and it's gonna figure out from your API key which pipe you're talking about, and it's gonna work.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, one last question, which is, what can we expect in future, in coming few months, maybe, in terms of like features, in terms of any major updates that you want to like share publicly. So, is there anything?
I think like right now we have like a couple of really highly important things on our roadmap. I don't think I can share it publicly right
Uh,
now, but there's something which we recently, like we launched this on Tuesday, and it has become a huge thing. I don't know if you have seen it or not, but we recently launched this survey, State of AI Agents, which is like a survey which we did, like where we gathered responses from 3,400 people, mainly executives, and we also analyzed our own data because we have processed billions of AI tokens. We also analyze our data. We gather responses, and we created the survey, which has like really, yeah, it's like a lot of like, this has been really a phenomenal experience, and I think the community is really liking it. And yeah, there are, in terms of like features, I think there are a couple of things which we have on our roadmap, which is like gonna be huge, and like yeah, that's, I
Amazing.
think that's the only thing that I can say right now.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, I would actually, I'll try it myself as well. I will maybe create a separate brief tutorial, another tutorial for my community. But yeah, it was really really helpful, and I'm really excited about this. And I wish all of you guys and the whole team very best of luck. And I would like to have a meeting with what was your CEO's name, with him as well. Yeah, Ahmed. So I would like to have a meeting with Ahmed as well in future, maybe to like talk from business perspective as well. But yeah, that was really helpful. Thank you so much for your time. And it's a really it's a revolutionary platform for in terms of like AI agents, and I have very high hopes from this platform. So yeah, cool.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.